Negotiation is hard. It asks us to do two things that we're really uncomfortable with in our culture. One is talk about money, and the other is to have true bone deep faith in our own self-worth and our own value. But research shows that if you don't negotiate, you're leaving money on the table. In a 2017 press release, Glassdoor said that according to their data, the average US employee could be earning 13.3% more than their annual base salary. So for the way the working world works right now, you've got to negotiate. And it's kind of an opportunity to start your new job as you mean to go on, to set boundaries, to behave as if you're an equal partner with your employer, and to collaborate on a difficult problem. Here to talk negotiation tactics and mindsets with us today are experts Sherry Finkel Murphy and Hilarie Mae. Sherry Finkel Murphy's first career spanned 25 years in technology and technology sales leadership. She retired as a business unit executive from IBM and is currently a certified financial planning practitioner with Northwestern Mutual Financial Services Network. She specializes now in retirement income planning for professionals and financial security planning for small businesses. She's been on both sides of many different kinds of negotiations and is here to share that experience with us. We've also got energy alchemist and mindset consultant Hilarie Mae. She works with business owners and entrepreneurs to help get them out of their own way and up level. Let's get started. How should someone go into a negotiation?
It's nice to go into a negotiation from a place of clarity and confidence, right? Not only is it nice, but you deserve to go into a negotiation from a place of clarity and confidence.
And Sherry, what kind of preparation will help position them to have that kind of clarity and confidence?
I would be crawling all over Glassdoor and LinkedIn and Indeed and wherever else I might find information about the benefits and the salary structure of that organization. If I know recruiters in my network, I may casually ask them what this type of job pays. Very easy to Google scales for a type of job in a particular industry. So I don't think anybody should be blindsided by a number. Mm-hmm. Your power comes from knowing where the levers are. Mm-hmm. Oh, I can't pay you anymore, but I can perhaps put you in a bigger bonus pool. Or I can't pay you anymore, but I can give you more vacation. Mm-hmm. But I do think that people leave non-monetary compensation on the table. Mm-hmm. And I believe that they don't ascertain what's available to negotiate with before they accept or decline an offer.
Hilarie, what mindset is most helpful when you're walking into a negotiation?
I think the mindset of I'm worthy of everything I want and need. Right? Like just straight up, you're worthy of everything that you want and need.
What mental hurdles might someone need to overcome in order to achieve that mindset?
So one is around receiving, right? And being able to actually get what you want, right? Because a lot of people don't ask because they're not really good at receiving when someone finally says, like, here's exactly what you want. And they're like, oh my God, what? Did I really want that? Am I really worthy of this? Right? Like all of that. Am I really capable of handling this if they give it to me? So something that you can say to that is, I'm a masterful receiver, right? I'm great at getting what I want. And another thing, especially around the ask, right? Of saying like, this is what I want. You can tell yourself that it's okay to ask for what you want and need, right? It's safe. It's easy. I'm capable of that. Because I think there's a lot of fear around that, right? Of like you said, if I ask for this, like, are they going to say like, how dare you? And take my offer away. So just reminding yourself, right? It's safe to ask for what I want, or it's safe to ask for what I need, is a really good thing to remind yourself in life in general, because chances are if you're having trouble asking for something in a negotiation for a job, you're probably having trouble asking for stuff in the rest of your life.
Sherry, we talked a lot about different kinds of prep, but what's the most important thing you can know stepping into a negotiation?
Yes, knowing yourself is really important. And when you're starting in the workforce, that's a big question mark, right?
How do you get to know yourself? How do you learn what you're looking for?
Start to kind of pull at that thread of what do I actually want? What do I actually need? And for me, what I usually suggest is start out with what do you need, right? What's going to meet all of your needs, right? That's basic. It's going to keep you alive and well, period. And then on top of that, the next question is, what would make my life awesome, right? What would make it pleasurable? What would make it feel like spacious, right? So like the first question answers like a base salary, for example, right? Like what I need to survive. The next question says, what's the salary that would actually allow me to do everything I want to do? Like travel or learn a second language or buy a new car, right? Like what's going to be the thing that allows you to sort of upgrade and have the life that you want? And so being able to identify some of those things is really, really important. And it helps to have that conversation with another person. Because when you're stuck in the question of like, okay, now I know what I need, what do I actually want? That person can sort of draw out from you like, okay, well, your car is like a 1997. So like maybe it would feel good to have a new car. And then you're like, oh yeah, actually, it would feel really good to have a new car, right? So it helps to sort of have somebody there to mirror you and draw things out, because it's hard to start exploring that area of want and desire and awesomeness if we don't usually give ourselves permission to do that.
So, Sherry, now that you know what you want and you need, you know yourself, what kinds of things can you negotiate for, and what does that negotiation look like?
Probably the easiest thing would be hours and vacation. And so think of those as, some people say I'm flexible, but they're not really flexible. Maybe they have kids or elder kids, parents to deal with, or maybe they do have obligations, social obligations that are important to them. They should be able to create a lifestyle, and a good boss will want them to create a lifestyle that supports everything. And that, of course, is a very personal thing. Not all organizations have the flexibility to treat an individual in a negotiation the way they want or need to be treated. But sometimes I would use that Thursday night softball game metaphor as a negotiating tool. That I absolutely can be available every other weekend, but Monday nights are a no-go. I need to be home at a certain hour. I have obligations.
We've talked a lot about achieving clarity by talking with friends to kind of uncover what we want and need, and to do that research to really prep. And we've also talked about shifting our mindset away from some of the things that might undermine our confidence. But Sherry, I'm curious, what might you recommend that somebody keep in mind when they're stepping into a negotiation in order to feel that confidence?
Your power comes from the confidence that you don't need this job. You want this job, yes, but if it's not right, you can't take it. You can't permit yourself to take it.
And how do you actually give yourself the power to walk away?
The most powerful thing as an employee is having what we gently call forget you money, and that's an emergency fund that enables you to have the strength of your convictions in negotiation. But one of the most important things that an emergency fund gives you is the ability to summon up all of your chutzpah, all of your moxie, and say, this is what I want, this is what I deserve, and if you are not willing to give it to me because I have earned it, I will be forced to look elsewhere. But you need to be able to fund yourself if you are going to step away. And when you can, it's amazing how powerful your negotiation becomes, because you're no longer speaking in a little obsequious, weenie voice. You're saying, I require this. Here is what I have accomplished. Here is where we are. This is what I have given to you. This is where I'd like to go in the company. Help me get there. But if you cannot, I understand. Please understand that I am going to move on. And I think that moving from I win, you lose as an interviewee into collaboration can be very powerful for getting the job you want with the structure you want and the benefits that you want.